Hi Scorpio, welcome to your August 2017 tarot reading. I'm Gemstonetarot and thank you Scorpio for your liking and your sharing and your subscribing to the channel. Do leave me a comment as well if this resonates with you, and do subscribe if you haven't already. I'm going to do a general reading first for Scorpio, just get the general energies, and then I'm going to do your love reading using the Enchanted Tarot. Ooh. That one's definitely yours, Scorpio. You may have issues to do with secrets this month, Scorpio. I only say that because your cards are hiding behind each other. Now, we have two eclipses this month. We have one on the 7th, which is in Aquarius. That's a full moon eclipse. And they come in pairs, so it's opposite sign of Leo. We have a new moon eclipse on the 21st of August. So for all signs, really, to a greater and lesser extent, depending on your own chart, we're going to find that the full moon eclipse is going to be mopping up anything that needs to come out of our lives from the last 6 months, really, since the last eclipse is in February. Then this kind of makes way for the new moon eclipse in Leo. It's quite a strong eclipse where new things can get started for us. Wow, okay. You may be feeling already very mixed energies at the moment, Scorpio. I get some very mixed energies from these cards. And I feel it divides into two different camps. For some Scorpios, there are issues to do with work and money. We've got the Ace of Pentacles here in the reverse. That's to do with long-term supporting yourself, investments, business money, bigger money, not just kind of day-to-day budgeting, but the bigger picture of money. Some Scorpios are worried about that at the moment. They're worried about spending too much, giving too much, not getting enough back in. We've got the Six of Pentacles in the reverse. This is the card of generosity, of benefactors, of giving out money. But when it's in the reverse, it often indicates you're giving more than you're receiving. Now, for some Scorpios, this is to do with work and money. And for some, it will be to do with relationships. This is the general part of the reading, and I'll do the love reading next. For some, it's giving too much in relationships and not getting enough back in return, which also in relationship might involve finances and love mixed together. Very mixed together cards here, Scorpio. Very mixed for you. For some of you as well, you're waiting to hear about something legal, financial, to do with money. We've got the Eight of Wands in the reverse. And the Eight of Wands in reverse is, for me, messages, information, accounts, electronics, things coming in emails. Now, we have Mercury retrograde, 12th of August to the 5th of September, sandwiched in between two eclipses. Frustrating for you, Scorpio, about these money issues. You probably, if I'm honest, won't find out the outcomes that you need until we're into September. What you may get is false outcomes. When Mercury is retrograde, we get the information, but it's always somehow not quite right. So if somebody gives you figures during the month of August, I wouldn't accept them until September. Get them looked at 10 times over by a financial specialist, a lawyer, whatever the situation is. Check it, check it, check it. Get someone else to check it, and then someone else to check it again. And you may still find that come mid-September, you get a new answer that was nothing to do with any of those, or all gets revised or thrown out. Scorpio is a very sensitive sign. You can probably feel this kind of push-pull, and it's frustrating. You don't feel like you want to start anything new. This is the Fool, Major Arcana in the reverse. You don't feel like taking a risk at the moment, and I feel that you're quite right. It's not the time to be taking a risk just yet. Your time will come, but it isn't during August. Now you have the Hanged Man in reverse. It tells me two things. One, there's a certain sense of impatience because the ball is kind of rolling on these things, but it's not with you yet. That's right, Valentine. And the Hanged Man, when it's, so I'm trying to see, when it's this way up so that he's upside down, this is entering a voluntary state of enlightenment. It's spending time bound in a situation because you're gaining from it. You're gaining wisdom, you're gaining knowledge, you're gaining something financial for some of you. But you're sick to death of it and you don't want to stay in it. And rest assured, Scorpio, you won't be stuck in it forever. But you are stuck in it for the moment, for the month of August. Things will shift greatly with these two eclipses anyway. But for now, you are stuck in that. You have the Nine of Wands here. And the Nine of Wands is feeling defensive. Now, often we say, you know, this guy is getting ready for battle. Often we say, Scorpio, don't be so defensive, be more open. No. At these times, be defensive. I think those defences, you're a very sensitive sign. You've sensed what's up here and you're going to defend yourself. And that's a good thing. Those defences are somewhat needed. Again, we have the King of Wands in the middle. And I feel this is how you're going to behave to defend your territory, whatever your territory may be. This is a fire sign. He is charismatic but uncompromising, and he's got a big stick. It's the Roosevelt thing, isn't it? Walk softly but carry a big stick in August, Scorpio, because you will need it. Now some of you, and I'll have a look in your love reading, some of you are still, and it could be as well, are dealing with an air sign. Such a nice card. The King of Swords, Libra, Gemini or Aquarius, or someone who behaves in a cool manner, detached. This for some of you could be finalising divorces, definitely. Because of the Eight of Wands in reverse, not getting the information, the Nine of Wands, the Ace of Pentacles in reverse, and also we've got the Six of Cups in reverse. And the Six of Cups is love from the past. Now, for some of you, you could just be dealing with an ex coming back, and I'll have a look in the love cards in a minute. But for others of you, this is definitely messy divorces, messy legal issues with possibly business partners, but it's clearing it all up. It will go back. The last time there was probably an eruption on this front, Scorpio, was 6 months ago in February, when we had another series of eclipses. And this may have been rumbling on for 2 years, maybe more. But I feel it's them getting to the messy end of it, but not until mid-September. Interesting cards, Scorpio. Let's have a look at your love cards. So I'm using a different deck for the love cards. I'm using the Mythic Tarot. Okay. 2 just fell out and they're both Major Arcana. Let's kick it off with a bang. I've already shuffled this, but I was just giving it another go. Interesting. That one, definitely. With the other reading as well, Scorpio, there were secrets at the beginning. So there are things that haven't been revealed about whatever that legal or financial issue is. But don't worry, they will come to light. You know there are things that haven't been revealed. You know there are. Scorpios always know. And Scorpios are very good at keeping their powder dry. So I trust that you won't rush into that. Wow, you got so many major arcana. I've never seen anything like it. Christ, Scorpio. Whoa. Oh my God. It's almost like I took out the minor arcana and I didn't. Amazing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 major arcana on the bounce. Okay. Only one reversal though. You're really going somewhere with this. Kicking off with the lovers. Lovers in a love reading, eh? This card used to be called the choice. I find, yes, in a love reading, obviously it is to do with love. But it's to do with choices and sacrifices to do with love. The love's already established here. Someone's choosing between people. Doesn't necessarily mean you've got like 3 people on the go and, you know, overrun with choices. But hey, if you are, good luck to you. It's to do with making sacrifices in love. It's to do with how you love. It's to do with how you want to love, how you want to be loved, and acting accordingly. Next to that card, we've got Judgment in the upright again. They're all in the upright except one. Past, present, and future here coming out of these sort of coffins. And this is the querent. This is you. You can see here. See that field in the background? I always draw attention to that because I love that. Judgment is sometimes second chances. Some of you may decide to give someone a second chance. You know, we had the 6 of Cups before. And that's the choice. Do you give this person a second chance or not? We also have next to Judgment the 9 of Pentacles, or Conchita from Eurovision. Get it? This is the single happy person card. And that's your choice. Some of you have broken up from somebody and you are establishing your own life again. You're starting to rebuild, and some of you quite like it. And this person may come back, particularly during Mercury retrograde, when the exes crawl out of the woodwork all over the place. Could be an Aquarius. You will have a choice to make. Now, for some of you, that choice, and this could be for coupled or single or in this in-between stage, got the Empress, the beautiful Empress. I love this card. And this card reminds me of that field that's in the back of Judgment. There it is. Some of you, part of this choice will involve fertility, children, or parenting. The Empress is the mother of the tarot. It's maternity, incubation, fertility, mothering. For some of you, that's in the mix. It affects your judgment. It affects whether you'll give someone a second chance. For those of you that are coupled, there may be choices to do with fertility, babies, parenting children, stepchildren, blended families, that kind of thing. For single Scorpios, you may well meet somebody with a ready-made family. And there will be choices around that. Whether you want that or whether you want to stay single. Now we have the 10 of Swords as well. 10 is the end of a cycle of something. Something in this eclipse season will end, Scorpio. I feel it'll be a good ending. 10 of Swords, you know, it's the top of that particular suit. You've been through all the other swords, you've tried all those things. For some reason, I like this in your reading. It could be the end of strife in a relationship. It could be the end of trouble. It could be finally making a choice. It could be the end of being single as well, for some of you. But it is an ending of sorts. Or it could be finally ending a relationship with somebody who's been an ex and then not been an ex and been an ex and then not been an ex. And your choice is actually that it's come to an end. In the middle of the reading, you have the Magician. It's a great card, actually. These are great cards. It's so major arcana. I'm like, whoa. And the Magician, you know, with his staying alive, his BGs, as above, so below. Those are the 4 elements of the tarot that he's working with. And this is what you can do. There is a certain amount of magic and divine timing about all this, Scorpio, that you can probably sense. But don't be afraid to create. Don't be afraid to go with that. Don't be afraid to use the flow and use the divine timing. And use your intuition as well. That's the magic. Now here we have as well, the only reverse card is Strength in the reverse. You could be dealing with a Leo, but I also feel it's you just feeling a bit knocked about by all this, a bit worn out, a bit tired. For those of you who may be pregnant, you may just be feeling tired. Might have been a long time coming as well, that. I've got the King of Wands and the Queen of Cups at the end here. Now the Queen of Cups will represent you, Scorpio. It's a water sign card. And again, it's about intuition and femininity and yin and receptivity. And there's a lot of that in all of the readings for all of the signs this month. Some of you, the person coming back to you may be a fire sign. Leo, Aries, Sagittarius. For those of you that are single, if you meet somebody, I feel it could be somebody like this, very charismatic, very chatty, very confident. But like I said, there may be issues to do with children if you meet someone and you're single. Choosing some love cards. Chuck Spezzano. For some Scorpios that are coupled, there's an opportunity to heal mistakes. We get the healing card and we get the mistake card. That's a strong message I get. Whether it's your mistake, their mistake, or usually both, there's a big opportunity for healing it during the month of August, which will lead to a greater level of intimacy. I like that. Now, for single Scorpios, I'm going to do some Romance with the Angel Oracle cards. Let's have a look what's in store. Do feel this is a good month, actually, for single Scorpios to meet someone. But ironically, especially if you've really wanted to meet someone for a long time, I get that when you do meet them, you might then have to make your mind up whether you want them or whether you want to remain the single happy person. That's a weird one, isn't it? There may be things to do with them. Oh, I've never had that card. There may be things to do with them that you can't quite swallow, and it may be to do with family arrangements that they're tied up in. Perhaps it could be, for some of you, they're tied up in a particularly messy divorce. Right, interesting. For some of you, you get codependency and release your ex. So that's for some Scorpios, and you'll know who you are, and you're the ones that will decide with the Ten of Swords that it's the end of a cycle. Time has come to clear your energy. For some of you, you get the wedding card. This situation involves marriage. For some of you, this Ten of Swords and the healing of the mistake issue may lead to a greater commitment. Somebody taking things to the next level, especially to do with the Empress card and children. There may be a decision, if you both have children, to blend families and get married. I feel that that's where this could be heading for quite a few coupled Scorpios. And then we get religious factors. I've never had this card yet. Religious factors. Your love life is influenced by your religious upbringing and spiritual path. For some of you, your spirituality, your religion does not mix. For some of you, single Scorpios, if you meet somebody, that could be an issue. It could be that case of like meeting the perfect person, but that aspect just does not add up for you or for them, and there's nothing you can do about it. You know, only you can know what your particular needs and wants are in that department, where you draw the line, you know, where you are with it. It's a very personal thing, isn't it? Lovely card, Scorpio. You get new love. So for those of you who are coupled, I very strongly get a renewal of vows, getting married, really overcoming what was a very difficult period of time. And for those of you that are single, a very good time to meet somebody, but you may be the one doing the rejecting. Interesting. If you want more clarity and you want a private reading, Scorpio, you can book in the description box below. I'll be happy to do that. Very, very, very strong and interesting, and I think rather good reading for you. Do hit the subscribe button if you haven't already, and also check out the weekly reading for all 12 signs, which is up from the 29th of July to the 5th of August. Very interesting. Leave me a comment, Scorpio. Let me know how that resonated with you. See you soon. Bye.